Welcome back to another lecture on fluid mechanics. Today we will be solving a problem on pipe networks which have been connected parallelly. So here on the screen you can see a figure. So in this figure basically we have a single pipe. Okay, this is a single pipe initially through which flow is taking place, and this pipe is getting branched into two parallel pipes. Okay, so this is one parallel pipe and this is the other parallel pipe. And then again, after a certain distance, these two parallel pipes join together and form again the single pipe. Okay, so initially through this single pipe, the discharge of flow is given as capital Q. When the branching is taking place, that is when the pipes are getting divided parallelly. So the discharge through the first pipe, that is the upper pipe, is Q1, and the discharge through the second pipe is Q2. Okay, the parameters of this pipe are L1, which is the length, the diameter is given as D1, and the velocity of flow through this pipe is V1. Similarly, for the second pipe, length is L2, diameter D2, and velocity is V2. Okay, so again, when these two parallel pipes are joining with each other, they are becoming one single pipe. Again, we will have the discharge as capital Q, the same value of discharge as the initial pipe, right? Now, what is the condition of discharge through this entire arrangement? So this total discharge Q through the single pipe will be equal to the summation of discharge through these two parallel pipes or any other pipes that are connected parallelly to each other. So basically capital Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Okay, this is the most important point that one should remember while dealing with pipes in networks when the pipes are connected parallelly to each other, right? In case of series pipes, I have already done videos on pipes that are connected in series, and also we have done a problem. I will be giving the link of those videos in the description box. You can check. Okay. Now, how much is Q1 and how much is Q2? That we have to calculate. Okay. Another important point is that we have to consider the head loss. Okay. So the head loss through pipe 1, that is this pipe, and this pipe is going to be equal. Okay. So head loss for pipe 1 will be equal to head loss for pipe 2. And everyone knows the formula for head loss. I have explained the formula multiple times in the previous videos. Okay, so the head loss is equal to 4 into F into L into V square divided by D into 2G. F is friction, L is the length, V is the velocity of flow, D is the diameter, and G is the acceleration due to gravity. Now let's move on to a problem. Okay, this is quite a lengthy problem rather. Okay, let's see what the problem says. A pipeline of 0.6 meter diameter is 1.5 kilometers long. Okay, so basically we have a pipe, okay, which is 0.6 meters, and the length of the, whose diameter is 0.6 meters and the length is 1.5 kilometer. Okay, so I will have to draw the arrangement. Okay, so we have a reservoir here and a pipe is connected to this reservoir. Okay, like this. Now you have water in this pipe. I will show the water in red. Okay, you have water in this pipe and flow is taking place to this pipe, whose, suppose the discharge of the flow taking place to this pipe is Q. Okay, so here suppose the discharge that is taking place is Q. Now what is the length of this pipe? The length of this pipe is given, it is 1.5 kilometers long. So the length of this pipe from here to the end is 1.5 kilometers or 1500 meters, right? And the diameter is 0.6 meters. The diameter is D is equal to 0.6 meters. Now this is clear. So when you know all the parameters, it will be easy for you to calculate the discharge that is taking place through this pipe. Let's see what is the rest of the problem saying. Now, to increase the discharge, another line of the same diameter is introduced parallel to the first in the second half of the length. Okay, what is the meaning of this statement? We have to, in order to increase the discharge, what we are doing, we are connecting a pipe having the same diameter as this pipe, okay, parallelly to the first in the second half of the length. So what is the second half of the length? If the entire length of this pipe is 1.5 kilometers, then half the length is how much? Half the length will be 750 meters. So from half this length, okay, let me just draw and show it to you. Okay, suppose the half of this pipe is originating somewhere here. So like this, from here you have another pipe which is parallelly connected. Okay, somewhat like this. So the distance from which the parallel pipe originates is how much? Half the length, that is, it is 750 meters. Okay, let me write it down. 750 meters. Okay, so from here till here it is 750 meters, and for the rest of the pipe it is from here till here it is 750 meters, and from here again it is 750 meters. Understood? Now what is the diameter of the pipe? The diameter of the parallel pipe is same. Okay, this one is 750 meter. So now let's recheck. To increase the discharge, another line of the same diameter, okay, another line or another pipe having the same diameter is introduced parallelly to the first. So this is the first pipe, and this is the another pipe that we are talking about. It has been introduced to the first pipe in the second half portion of the length. Okay, in the second half. So this is the second half portion of the pipe. Okay, so this is basically the second arrangement. For the first arrangement, this parallel pipe is not there. For the second arrangement, in order to increase the discharge, what happens? Another pipe has been connected parallelly. Okay, the length of the pipe is 750 meters, the diameter is 0.6 meters. Now let's see what we have to calculate. Neglecting the minor losses, find the increase in discharge if 4F is equal to 0.04. So what was my initial condition? Initially, there was this tank and there was the single pipe through which discharge Q was taking place. Okay. Now, what happens in the second case? Another pipe has been introduced parallelly. So, because of this arrangement, what is happening? The discharge is getting increased to a certain amount. And what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the increase in discharge, the amount by which discharge is increased when another pipe is connected parallelly to the first pipe. Okay, so basically we have to calculate the difference in discharge. Okay, so I will delete some portions. Okay. Okay, so this was my initial pipe. So here I have divided the entire problem into case 1 and case 2, and I have calculated the discharge. Okay, so for the first case, discharge that is taking place through a single pipe of length 1500 meters and diameter 0.6 meters. Okay, so what is the head loss due to friction? See, another data is given is that the head at the inlet is 300 mm. Okay, so this is the head loss that is taking place due to friction, and that is equal to 300 mm. So the head loss due to friction, HF, we have the formula of HF as 4FL V dashed square divided by D into 2G. Okay, what is V dashed? V dashed is the velocity of flow occurring through this single pipe, right? V dashed is equal to velocity of flow occurring through the single pipe. Clear? That's clear. Now, what we have to do, we have to plug in all the values that are given in the problem, and we have to calculate what? We have to calculate this value, V dashed, okay? What is HF? HF is given as 300 meters. This is the head at the inlet. Head at the inlet means head loss at the inlet. Okay, so that is equal to 0.3 meters, okay? So 0.3 meter is equal to 4F is given as how much? 0.04. It's there in the question already, right? See, 4F is equal to 0.04. And the head at inlet is 300 mm. We are converting it into meters. So 0.3 is equal to 4 into 0.01 or 4F, whatever. Into the length is, what is the length? It is 1500 meters. And we have V dashed. Okay, there will be a V dashed over here. Okay. Divided by 0.6 into 2g, g is 9.81. So we are calculating V dashed as 0.2426 meter per second, right? Now what we have to do, we have to calculate the discharge. Okay, there should be another, this dashed over here. Okay, we are implying the discharge that is taking through this single pipe as Q dashed, right? Okay, so this is basically Q dashed. So discharge Q dashed is going to be area of this pipe into the velocity, that is V dashed. So the area is pi by 4 into 0.6 square, and the velocity is this. So you calculate the discharge that is occurring through this single pipe of dia 0.6 meters and length 1500 meters is 0.0686 meter cube. Done. So you have calculated the discharge that is taking place through a single pipe. Now the next portion, we have to calculate the discharge that is occurring through an arrangement of pipes which includes a parallel pipe. Okay, so let's move on to that portion. I am going to clear the drawing. Okay, so let's move on to the next portion. Now, see, for the second case, what am I taking? We are considering this arrangement, okay, where a parallel pipe has been connected to this original pipe, right? Okay, I've already discussed about how the length is getting divided. Okay, the first half is 750 meter. From the second half, another parallel pipe has been joined whose length is again 750 meter, right? And okay, the annotations are very important here. For the single pipe case, we were taking the velocity as Q dashed, okay, not Q, we were taking the velocity as Q dashed, and Q dashed was equal to how much? 0.0686. Next, for the single pipe that was there initially, the velocity through this pipe was or is taken as capital Q, okay. Now when this pipe is getting branched, okay, when the pipe is getting networked into two other pipes or two parallel pipes, the velocity from the upper pipe is taken as Q1, and the velocity from the velocity in the lower parallel pipe is taken as Q2. Okay, so from this formula, okay, so from this concept, we know that capital Q, which is the discharge from the original pipe, will be equal to the summation of discharge of the two pipes that has been connected parallelly through the single pipe with the single pipe. Okay, so Q is basically equal to Q1 plus Q2. Now the same concept, the same principle will be applied here. So this capital Q, which is the discharge of the single pipe, is going to be equal to Q1, okay, discharge from one parallel pipe, plus Q2, that is the discharge from the other parallel pipe, right? It is written clearly here. Okay, so this is my main equation or my main expression for discharge. Now next, what we have to do, next we have to find out how much is Q1 and how much is Q2. Now since the parameters are same, the parameter of both these parallel pipes are same, that is length is same, diameter is same for both the pipes, what do we have? We will have Q1 is equal to Q2. Clear? Okay, since the parameters of both the parallel pipes are same, we have what? We have Q1 is equal to Q2. Okay, and what else do we know? We know that Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Okay, Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2, right? So if Q1 is equal to Q2, then we can write Q is equal to Q1 plus, we can write Q2 as Q1 again. Okay, so what do we have? We have Q is equal to twice Q1. Q is equal to twice Q1, so that Q1 is going to be equal to capital Q divided by 2. Okay, so the discharge that is taking place through each of this pipe is equal to half of this discharge that is taking place from the original pipe. So Q1 is going to be equal to Q by 2, and Q2 is also going to be equal to Q by 2. This is clear, I think. Okay, the fundamentals of the discharge is clear. Now we have to consider the head loss. Okay, now let's see what the head loss is saying. Okay, so this is the formula for my head loss through ABC. Okay, I did not annotate the points. I will annotate it now. Okay, so this point we are considering it as A. The junction of the pipe where the parallel connection is beginning is considered as B, and this point is considered as C point. Okay, now we will also take this end of the pipe as D. Okay, now what we can write? We can write that head loss that is occurring through ABC. Okay, we can sum it up like head loss occurring through AB plus head loss occurring through BC. Okay, so this we can write head loss that is taking through ABC is equal to head loss occurring through AB plus head loss that is occurring through BC. Okay, we are simply dividing these two head losses, or we are simply summing up these two head losses together. Okay, now head loss that is occurring through ABC is given as 0.3 meters, right? Okay, through ABC it is given as 0.3 meters. See, I've already done it here. Okay, this is ABC. So this part is 0.3. Now what we have to do, we have to calculate the head loss that is taking place through AB and the head loss which is taking place through BC. Okay, so this is the tricky portion. Okay, these lines are gone, fine. Now what will be the head loss occurring through AB? The head loss occurring through AB is equal to the head loss due to friction. Okay, what is the formula? 4FL V square divided by D into 2G, right? So you simply put the values of length, you put the value of diameter. You know how much is 4F. 4F is equal to 0.04. Length is equal to 750. And velocity, you don't know what is the velocity of flow. Okay, velocity of flow through this pipe, right? This pipe. Okay, so how do we calculate the velocity of flow through this pipe? We know that Q1 is equal to area into velocity. Okay, see, for this initial pipe, what do we have? Sorry, not for this pipe. For this pipe, how do we calculate the velocity? Let me write it down. Velocity, capital V is equal to capital Q, the discharge through this pipe, divided by area. How much is the area? Pi by 4 into pi by 4 into 0.6 square. Clear? Okay, this is discharge divided by area. Now, if you simply put the value of V in that equation of head loss, then you are going to get an expression something like this. Okay, so head loss due to friction through AB is equal to 4FLV square divided by 0.6 into 2G. So I will clear all the drawings. Okay, you are simply putting the velocity, this expression of velocity in this equation, okay, in the place of V. So that is 4Q divided by 0.36 pi. Okay, so you are getting head loss through AB. AB is how much? AB is for this pipe. Okay, for this pipe, this much was AB. For this AB, you are getting head loss equal to 31.87 Q square. Now, for the second pipe, that is BC, BC is this one. I've forgotten to annotate. This is going to be B. This is my B point, and this is my C point, and this is the A point. Okay, keep that in mind. For this part, what you are getting? You are getting 4F into L is how much? L is 750 meter, right? 750 into, let's take velocity through BC. Let's take velocity through BC at V1. Okay, so how much it is? It is V1 square divided by D into 2G. D is how much? D is the diameter. Into 2G. Everyone knows the value of G. Now what we have to do, we know how much is 4F. We have to calculate V1. So V1, we can calculate it using the formula for discharge. V1 is going to be equal to Q1. What is the discharge through BC? It is Q1. So Q1 divided by area of this pipe. How much is that? It is pi by 4 divide into 0.6 square. Okay. And how much is Q1? See, we had already derived that Q1 is going to be equal to half the discharge through the original pipe, through the main pipe. Okay. So this is Q, and the discharge through BC is Q1. Okay. So Q1 is going to be half of Q, right? So if you put the value of Q1 as Q by 2, so what are you getting? You are getting V1 is equal to twice Q divided by pi into 0.36. Okay. Okay, it's difficult to write like this. Now what you have to do, you have to substitute this value of V1 in this equation. Okay, if you do that, this is, if you do that, okay, let me clear this. I would suggest you to take a screenshot. Okay, let's go down. It's already there. So if you put the value, then you are getting the head loss that is occurring through BC is equal to 7.69 Q square. Okay, so the head loss through BC is equal to 7.969 Q square, and the head loss through pipe AB, the head loss through pipe AB, see, head loss through pipe AB is equal to 31.87 Q square. Okay, and what did you know? You knew that the head loss through ABC, okay, the entire length of the pipe, head loss through ABC is going to be equal to head loss through AB plus head loss through BC. So head loss through ABC is how much? 0.3. How much is head loss due to AB? Head loss through AB is 31.87 Q square. And what is the head loss through BC? It is equal to 7. This value 969 Q square, right? So you put in on the values, and the only unknown here is Q. So Q is equal to 0.0867 meter cube per second. So you have the value of the discharge that is taking place when there is a pipe connected parallelly through the original pipe from half for the second half of the length. So this is the discharge for the second case. For the first case, how much was the value of discharge? The value of discharge for the first case was 0.0686, which was annotated as Q dashed. So you have to calculate the increase in discharge. You subtract the Q dashed from this value from Q, and this is your amount of discharge that is taking place. So that's it, students. So if you have gone all through this video to know how to calculate this problem, and if you think this explanation is adequate, it is easy to understand, then I would definitely urge you to subscribe to my channel and to like this video, and also refer these kind of tutorial videos to your friends. Okay, so take care and goodbye.